All right. Let's see. Hopefully this thing worked. So let me unmute Carla Marie. There's Carla Marie. Hello.
Did it work? Did it work? Did it work?
See, for some reason you keep coming in sounding like a robot, and then it fixes for some, and then it like switches.
Well, I just heard you like a robot.
Let's see. It says
Wait,
Anthony. Why are
you're
you
half the screen.
mother?
Man, why does the fun stuff happen when I'm not there?
All right, I'm gonna have to unplug.
Okay,
here's
stop talking about the baby. Let me just share the news.
Okay, share the news. I'll stand.
Not
here.
yet. When
There.
it's fixed.
Oh well,
we'll have photos and a whole story.
All right, let me unplug this stupid thing. Unbelievable! It's been working for the last hour and a half. It's been fine.
Wait, so I sound like a robot?
Ah, man. You know, sometimes. Can everyone still hear me though?
Do we think I need to plug into the internet?
I mean, normally, yeah, that's normally what we do for streams.
I haven't the last few trips.
Well, what's your
right,
Wi-Fi
hold on
looking
one
like?
second.
What's your stream test? Yeah, it's not like terribly robotic for Carla Marie's voice. It's just not your normal voice. And it like comes in and out. Oh, here's a new feature, by the way, so I can show some stuff off. I can click this message from Fred the Mailman, and I can now put it on the screen. Look at that. Look at that. And it actually works now. And it looks like a little...
My mom is my producer this morning. She's getting me alcohol. She's now...
And then that should go away in about 20 to 30 seconds.
Wait.
I forgot what I made the setting.
Now I sound fine?
No, now you're back to a robot.
Helgene, I literally woke up with my hair like this. Well, you're roboting for me.
Good old interwebs.
Anthony's fixing the camera.
Okay, let's
You guys.
plug this POS back in.
Okay, but Anthony, here's the issue we are going to run into.
Yes, what?
When I plug in the internet, I'm going to have to turn off my Wi-Fi, and you're going to have to reconnect me to Guest Star.
That's fine. That won't take too long.
Okay.
So the other thing that I've worked on, let's see if this works. It's called the Hype Boss, and I'm not entirely... Oh, there's my ceiling. Okay. Okay.
All right, you good.
See, and now you're back to being robotic. It's weird.
Everyone's saying I sound fine, though.
Yeah, now you do. It's weird. It comes in and out. It's like a couple words, and then you're back to normal. And now you're frozen.
All right, man. I'm going to plug in, okay?
Perfect. So you're going to leave for a second?
We tested this.
Okay, go.
Good. It could be the Anthony show.
Go and come back.
I'll hang up.
Okay. You know, the thing that's so frustrating is, so it's 11:10 here on the East Coast. We started testing this stuff out probably at 10 o'clock. Had everything plugged in. It was all working. But you know what? It is what it is. I do want to try something. So it's called the Hype Boss. I don't entirely know how this works, but it was a feature that I was able to test out. So I'm going to make this visible now. And basically where'd it go? It should pop up on the top of the screen. Let me refresh it and see if it comes back. Okay, there we go. So according to this widget, Lisa is currently the Hype Boss. But for every follow or subscription or bit that comes through, that HP, the hit points up there, the life bar, will decrease. And then at some point, I think someone can take Lisa's spot. I don't entirely know how this thing works, but I'm going to leave it up there at least until Carla Marie comes back, so we can see how this thing works, if it's actually fun or not. But it looked fun. It's kind of like a built-in video game, I guess. So I don't know what has to happen, but allegedly, if someone subs or gifts a bit or something like that, that 500 will go down. So we'll see. Good morning, Wendy. I'm seeing some people saying that it's delayed. What exact are we delayed? Oh, someone just knocked. There we go. Marijuana is now the hype boss. And DJ Synth is attacking. This is actually kind of fun. I'm going to pull up the regular chat, by the way. I have a separate chat thing here on my screen that's not really useful to me at the moment. All right, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, and then if you have your profile picture like active, it'll put your profile and your name up on the screen as the hype boss. So Marijuana was just knocked down. Who else? DJ Synth now is the hype boss. This is actually kind of fun. Let's see. Martha said, everything sounds and looks great. It's not going to be what we're used to, but we can see and hear you. That's all that really matters. And it'll hopefully get better as Carla Marie. Let me see if she needs me to do anything here. I believe she should be back in a second. Oh, Carla Marie's still having issues. I don't know. What? Still having issues. I'm good. Came back to back. So I guess she's good now. All right, Jen, you approve of the hype boss? That's good. And now I can take Jen's comment and be like, oh, look what Jen said. She said, I like the hype boss. It's great. There is one more feature. Oh, I have to invite Carla Marie now. Back into this thing. Invite guests. Send invite. So the way that Carla Marie is connecting to the show right now is going to be available for everyone once I build out what you would all look like on the screen. This is just for our separate, streams while we're in different places. But you'll be able to use Guest Star the same way Carla Marie is and connect right to the show. And you can choose to use either just audio or have your video pop up as well. So if you're on the road or if you're at work or you just don't want to turn on your camera, it would work the same way the phone line does. And we'll also still have that available for you. All right. Waiting for guests to connect. I sent the invite, Carla Marie, if you can hear me. It didn't come through. You know what? I'm just going to call Carla Marie. Oh, here we go. She's calling me. Hello, Carla Marie.
Hi, you gotta send it to Worst Anthony, not to Carla Marie.
That's what I did.
Oh, here we go. She's calling me. Well, it's not coming through. Carla Marie. It's not coming through.
Okay, hold on. Remove guest. And now I will add a guest again. I swear this is a lot easier. Or it's supposed to be a lot easier. All right, invited.
Okay, got it.
There we go. Goodbye. Who's the hype boss right now? Oh, DJ Synth is still the hype boss. We're at hype train level 4. And where is Carla Marie is the question. Oh, there we go. Slot guest. To guest slot 1. Now that goes there. Once it connects, I can bring her into the show. Okay, Carla Marie. You should be on the screen now.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, I can hear you twice.
A robot.
Nope, I can hear you twice now.
Okay.
Talk.
How about now?
Oh, now you're fine.
I didn't do anything.
Technology is so dope when it decides to work, and it's so annoying when it doesn't.
Oh.
But
Hi,
you're good.
Everybody.
You're good. You're back.
Okay, yeah, this is my childhood bedroom. Well, technically my middle school through moving out of my parents' house at 25 bedroom. I moved into this one when I was 13. Ashley Marie, my younger sister, and I shared one. And then I got this one. Now it's turned into my mom's getting ready room.
Vicky said the new layout is a bit too busy to look at. I guess it's something to get used to. This is not going to be the layout forever. I just wanted to test a bunch of stuff at the same time. Like the hype boss, once we're done with the hype train, will be gone. And there's going to be a bunch of stuff that comes in and out. We're going to have a very simplified version coming up. But the goal is really every week I want to have a new frame, like a new thing to look at that will add, and we can bounce back and forth for the things that we're talking about. So this is just to test everything out at the same time. Those emotes in the corner, like the little cartoon of me and the little cartoon of Carla Marie, eventually you'll be able to actually control those through the chat and through like channel points and stuff. But one of the services I was using decided to not work today. Oh, who took?
Okay.
Let's see. So
we did it. It says hype train success.
Nice. And we have a new hype boss, Carla Marie.
Who is it? Gillywagon?
Yep.
What? Why?
Taking down DJ Synth. Love to see it.
Oh, that's great. We should start that. Everyone should compete with their significant other on who can do the most subs and bits.
Well, you weren't here when we started it, but I can't remember if it was Jen or Lisa, but one of them was the original hype boss. And then Marijuana took over, then DJ Synth, and now Gillywagon.
So cool. Gillywagon is the mastermind behind Seattle Cocktail Club, and we do have 2 events coming up with them in February. If you go to themorningshowpodcast.com and click on today's podcast blog, you'll see all the information up there. But if you have any questions, let us know. It's going to be so fun.
So we did, let's see. I think we only got to level 3 of the hype train, right?
Oh.
Or did we hit level 5?
I don't know. It just said hype train success, but
I think today was a little bit of a mess, which is why the hype train didn't really work out the way we hope. But we didn't complete level 4, says Martha. 83% of level 4 is what we got to.
Well, my mom poured a shot for me.
All right, well, I'll join you anyway. You know what? It's a new day.
We got things to celebrate.
We got things to celebrate, like Carla Marie just said.
And the biggest one of all is that I got my Stanley Cup.
Okay.
I get it. I get the hype. I've been sipping at it, and every time I sip out of it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so much cooler.
Oh, I just dropped poured tequila on my leg. So what is so special about this stupid cup?
It's 40 ounces. Keeps your drinks hot and cold, and the bottom is thinner than the top, so it will fit in your cup holder. Most tumblers do not fit in your cup holder.
That is convenient.
It also has a nice wide straw, which is great for cleaning, and a handle.
This might be an unpopular opinion. I don't like drinking out of straws. Like if I'm at a restaurant and someone gives me, and I order a Coke and it comes with a straw, I'll use that. But I don't like drinking out of straws at home. I don't know. It's weird to me.
I do, because I'll just sit there and sip, 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 sip.
I'm a blender bottle guy.
So it does hurt my jaw sometimes. Also, someone asked if it's leak proof. It's not, because it has a straw. But I did turn it upside down yesterday because I was curious, and not a lot comes out.
Well, that's good, I guess. And I'm back to the blender bottle now because I'm at my parents' house and I leave this one here. But the Heli Mix is the way to go. If you need a new bottle, especially if you mix things up like protein powders and stuff. All right, cheers, Carla Marie. What are you drinking?
Limoncello.
Limoncello. I got warm tequila. Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone who supported the stream. Cheers to technology.
Cheers to my new baby niece.
Cheers to the baby niece, who we will see in a second. Woo! Hold. Like a good Middle Eastern man, I'm going to chase that down with some Lebanese. Tequila and yogurt, basically.
Okay. I had a chocolate muffin this morning and immediately regretted it.
The best part about being home is my dad decided to make some Lebanese breakfast for me this morning. So I had some fool, which is like made out of, I think it's fava beans.
You fool?
Yeah. It's funny calling it fool because it would be like calling a dish stupid in England. Like, oh, I'm eating stupid. But and then I have some Lebanon with some oil and olives on there as well.
I had a Costco chocolate muffin. When I saw the package, I said to my mom, I was like, are those the Costco muffins? And she was like, yes. I was like, I've been wanting to try one because everyone always says how great they are, but we're not buying 6 ginormous muffins.
No. No.
So
People seem to love the Costco bakery.
Yeah.
It's like a big deal, right?
Big deal. So I had one, half one. It was real good, and then I think it triggered my SIBO, and it just felt like someone was taking a sharp pick and doing this around my intestines.
Marijuana said, I lived off those muffins in barber school.
So good. They were really good.
You know what I do miss? This is going to sound stupid, but we've talked about this at different times. I miss the point in our lives where you were like young enough to like live off of that. You could live off of ramen, or you could live off of whatever. And it was totally normal. Like if I did that today, someone would be like, you're a grown ass man. Stop eating
not even that.
Ramen noodles.
Oh, we used to get the pasta bowls in college that all you had to do was put water in and put it in the microwave.
What, like a Kraft mac and cheese?
No, yes, but no, they were like pasta primavera, Alfredo. Like, I don't know what company made it, but it was like, that's what we would do. But if I did that now, not only would I want to vomit, but I would get I wouldn't be able to function.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get older. There was someone, I was at the gym the other day. Normally what I do is I'll use the sauna. By the way, the LA Fitness in Ballard. I'll use the sauna for about 5 minutes, especially in the winter, to like let my body warm up before I go out and work out. And there was a guy in there who was stretching, and he started talking to me. He's like, yeah, now I have to come in here and I have to wear like a knee brace, blah, blah, blah. And he looked at me, and a couple other guys looked up at the same time. He went, well, it's just what happens when you get older. It's like, yeah, I know. It sucks. It does suck.
Okay. So we got to talk about this kid.
Well, yeah, but before we talk about the kid, Carla Marie, I'm having a little trouble putting you on the other screen, so you got to give me like a second. So if you want to do like a backstory of the baby, tell us about when it was conceived, all that stuff.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So Scotty said it's Knorrs, Knoors, and Lipton have the 99-cent pasta things. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's them. Knorrs, Knorrs. They also just make like powdered sauce packets that you can put on your pasta.
Okay.
So yeah.
Knorrs. And like anyone can buy that at a regular grocery store? Because I've never heard of it before. Oh, Carla Marie, you there?
So my sister did.
Oh, there. Whoa, hold on. No one wants to hear the story in double time, so I just want to make sure that everything's working. So go.
Okay. So my sister went in. So when we had Tuesday show and everyone was asking about any baby, she was already laboring. Like she was already having contractions. I knew this at this point. Obviously was not going to share that because it was only close family that knew. And she sent me the whole text this morning. Hold on,
Carla Marie.
Yeah.
Your audio for some reason has not like adjusted. It came and went. Just me. I don't know what to do here. There we go. You sound fine now. Whatever is happening.
Okay. All right. So when we had our show Tuesday morning, my sister was already in labor. I knew this, but obviously couldn't really share that information. So her contractions had started. She was in labor for 39 hours. Mom, we can see you.
What is she? Is she on the floor? What is your mom doing?
Get the wipe. First of all, I was like, what is that animal? Oh, she's getting baby wipes because she has to bring them to the hospital.
Oh, cool.
So my beautiful dressers have now turned into backup storage.
Of course.
For my baby. Mom, what was the longest amount of hours you were in labor with any of us? 8 hours was her longest.
Only 3 are hard labor.
But only 3 were hard labor.
The rest were easy labor?
And T was 45 minutes?
Yes. From beginning at the house to the hospital, 45 minutes.
Jeez.
I got there.
That's what happens when you are young and fresh popping out kids. When you're old, they get stuck.
In about 4 hours.
I was 4 hours? Okay, thank you. Have fun.
I feel like it should be the opposite. I feel like after you pump out a couple of kids, they should just like fall out at some point, right?
Yeah, but you're okay. Everyone said that. Yeah, she just wanted to correct me that you have to buy 12 muffins at Costco, not 6.
12.
Okay, so the real thing we're all here for today. So my sister was in labor for 39 hours, which now already makes me be like, all right, there's a 10% less chance I'm ever going to do this now. And 39 hours. So she gets to the hospital eventually, like when they're however much apart. She labored at home as long as possible. She's there, dilating. They break her water and realize that the baby pooped inside of her. Now, when that happens,
weird,
because the baby, like as it's growing, doesn't really do that, but when it gets to be like a full baby, it can do that, and it's very toxic because now the baby could be drinking its own fluid, its own poop. And when that happened, they were like, no, it's totally fine. And we're all like, I don't think that's normal, but okay. So now she dilates finally to 9.5 centimeters. You got to wait till 10 to push this baby out. And the baby was basically just stuck kind of sideways, was not really turning, and they could not get her to go another centimeter. And they were like, we're going to wait. And then they said to my sister and her husband, we'll give you 20 minutes to decide on your own what you want to do. If you want to keep pushing through, we can do that, or you can do a C-section. And I know my sister didn't want to do a C-section. She went into this as educated as she could be, because there are so many stories of women almost being like convinced to do C-sections because it's more money and more convenient for a doctor.
Okay.
But she had been in pain for 39 hours and was not feeling great. She had a fever at this point. And they were like, well, it could be from the baby pooping inside you. Baby was not breached. Baby was just a little twisted. Then the nurses come and doctors come running into the room. The baby's heart rate dropped to 40. And they were like, we have to get this baby out of you. The second we get you into the OR, she'll be out of, or whatever, they didn't know what it was yet. We'll be out of you in 2 minutes, but we got to get you to the OR. She said that they were whipping her around the hospital like she was on Grey's Anatomy. They didn't know if Sal, my brother-in-law, could be in the room yet. They needed to test to make sure my sister could be awake. I guess if they have to put you to sleep, you can't have anyone else in the room, but she couldn't feel anything. They're like, all right, we don't have to put you out. Keep him in there. And I guess my sister said to the doctor on the way there, am I going to die? The doctor said, the one thing I can promise is that you're going to be okay.
Ooh.
And my sister then didn't realize for the next day, they didn't think the baby was going to make it. The doctor
they weren't 100% sure.
Yeah. But if a baby's heart rate drops to 40, they had no idea. So they cut her open, get the baby out, and no one hears anything. And they start working on the baby. My sister closes her eyes because she finally was about to sleep for the first time in a week or two. And my brother-in-law turns around, sees her passed out, shaking. And he's like, oh my God, what's happening? And now he's going, is the baby okay? My sister's like, this poor guy. They worked on the baby for 4 minutes without responding to my sister and brother-in-law if she was okay. She wasn't breathing at first. She came out gray. And then they like suctioned so much gunk out of her, she ended up swallowing her own poop. And she was fine. But she did have a tiny bit of an infection. Put her in the NICU. She's still in there, but she's fine. Off of her breathing tube, getting antibiotic. My sister still has a bit of a fever. They think it's all because the kid pooped inside of her. But my poor brother-in-law for a moment thought he lost his wife and his baby.
Yeah, it's got to be terrifying.
And we're all we know is she had to go in for a C-section or the baby's heart rate is dropping. We don't know anything else. So we're like, what is happening? What is happening? So then we find out that Adriana Marie was born at 8.7 pounds and 19.75 inches on January 24th. But I can't meet her yet until she's home because she's in the NICU. But I'm going to go see my sister today.
Oh, cool. So do you want to show the baby?
Let's show her.
All right. So, it actually worked. Look at that.
Oh, she looks so much like my sister. I can't. Okay,
so
on the right, she looks like my sister. On my right, the she's here photo looks like my sister. The other one looks so much like Sal.
Which is her husband.
Yes.
Which is the father. Thing. Yeah.
Good thing.
It's interesting seeing how many people, because I had no idea that, like, I guess I never really gave a lot of thought to how babies relieve themselves in the womb. I thought it was all connected or something. I don't know. I thought there was some sort of like.
Do they have like a butt plug in there?
No, I didn't think it was plugged up. I just thought everything maybe went through the umbilical cord. I don't know. I never really thought about it. Like, I can't even say that I had an idea because I never really thought about it. But a lot of people are saying they had no idea that could happen so close to birth. And you said it only happens when it's close to birth, right?
Because I think it, and again, I'm not an expert on this, but I believe it's when the baby is like in full growth. Like it doesn't really happen at 6 months because the baby's not really pooping. It doesn't have that full system yet.
Okay.
And it gets all of its nutrients through the umbilical cord. But yeah, it's just.
Well, it's a cute, healthy baby, right?
Yeah, she's healthy. Now we just got to get my sister healthy, but it looks like they are either going to come home tomorrow or Saturday. And then we'll be at my friend's wedding. We come home Sunday. So then Sunday, I'm going to stay with my sister for a week. So that'll be exciting.
So how's your sister feeling?
She feels okay. She in the middle of the night last night, I guess some of the pain meds started wearing off and she was like screaming for pain medication. But the problem with that is that the more pain medication they give you, the more constipated you get. And you can't be constipated with a C-section because you can't really push because then your stomach could rip open.
Jeez.
I'm telling you, man, this is going to be my wow. Oh, and I've been hiding this.
What have you been hiding? What? What am I looking at? Oh, cool aunt. Gotcha.
Yeah.
When did you get that?
I might write cool aunt for life on here because after this next week.
So was that a gift or did you buy it for yourself?
I bought this like when my great nephew was.
Oh, okay.
Or this is from Shop Forward, Amy from Bobby Bones Show, her company. But I'm so excited. We all keep saying like, it's so crazy that you could love something so much that you've never met and like has only been alive for 2 days.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's that immediate connection. So your sister has basically like the worst of both worlds because she went as far as she could with what do you call it? Not a natural birth. What is it? Vaginal birth, I guess.
Vaginal birth. Yeah.
So she went as long. Like, yeah. She got up to the doorstep. Like she was right there. And then they're like, no. You dealt with all of that nonsense. We're gonna do the other one. So now she has to deal with the C-section, like the fallout of the C-section. Yep. So she's dealing with both types of pregnancies essentially, or both types of births at the same time.
Well, what I was saying is like the most frustrating thing for me about this is that if they were going to do a C-section, they could have just did it last week at this point.
That's
like,
true.
She had the whole itchy thing. She ended up having PUPS, which is that PUPPS. Remember we had her on. She was talking about being super itchy. It's something that happens near the end of labor, pregnancy. So like a week of her itching could have been relieved because she didn't sleep. She slept like 2 hours and 7 days.
That's crazy.
And mind you, Lynn, then your body goes into something like this so unbelievably exhausted and like you're not relaxed. So how do you? I can't imagine what the hell she has been through. But as I'm going to keep reminding her, dude, you wanted this.
Yeah. So Further Mailman said, as a girl dad, I can tell that unfortunately this is just the beginning, or I can tell Sal that this is unfortunately just the beginning of the stress his daughter will give him.
I texted this morning, my sister sent a photo or something, and I said, oh man, she's going to be such a little asshole. I can't wait. Just because like this is it. Everything my sister has put everyone through, it's now here to torture her. This is the spawn of Satan that has been born.
And if she's anything like her aunt, she will be.
Me? I'm good. But let me tell you what, there's a crazy thing about childbirth that even if it's not your own child, I think like because it's my sister and I'm an adult, like the last time I became an aunt, obviously my great nephew Michael was born 2 years ago. That was my niece's baby. But the last time like a sibling had a kid was 19 years ago. So that's like, it's crazy to me that this is like happening now. So I am like feeling it more than ever that like every 10 minutes I'll just cry.
Really?
Yes. So
did you have that same kind of emotion when you had your other nieces and nephews? Because you have,
I was 8.
Currently you have what? This is your 5th niece or nephew, right?
11th.
11th. How many nieces?
And then Michael.
We're not counting Michael because he's technically
11.
a great nephew.
11.
So did you have the same kind of feeling with the other 10?
So my first were Gabriella and Marie.
Oh, hold on. Stop talking for a second, Carla Marie. Time out. And go. You were like doing a glitch thing.
I can see when it glitches, it alerts me, so I stopped.
Okay.
No, I didn't feel it then because I was a kid. When Krista was born, I was 15. When Nick was born. I was a senior in high school. So I was like, oh my God, a new baby to play with. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't really feel it. And then I think as you get older, you start fully understanding what it means to be a parent, why people want to have kids, what it's like to go through, like all of that. I know that my sister, you know, what everything she went through to get pregnant. She had several miscarriages before getting to this point. So like all of that builds up now.
Yeah.
You fully understand, like, as a woman, what it takes and everything. So I think now that's a lot of it. But like when I go visit my sister tonight, I'm gonna just start bawling the second I see her.
I think
it is a baby.
It's also different as you become older. Real life events, they carry more weight because you fully comprehend what went into them. Like even something as stupid as your friend opening a business. When you're a kid and a family member opens a business, you don't really care. Like you're like, oh, that's where they work. Great. When you're an adult and your friend opens a business or a family member opens a business, you realize how much energy and how much heartache and how much stress went into that. And it's similar to a childbirth. When you're a kid, you're like, oh, my aunt or my cousin or whoever just had a baby. So cool.
Have a store.
Yeah. But when you're an adult, you realize how long they may have been trying for, or like you realized with your sister most recently, the stress of even that day and the unknown that goes into that, the complications, and you fully, even though you're not going through it, you understand what those feelings and emotions are like.
And like a lot of people are saying, she's also your baby, your only baby sister.
Yeah.
Guys, don't make me cry. And I had enough. And she, like, I would say not until like recently. And the best way to describe this is if you're a Twilight fan and you know when Bella gets pregnant and she becomes like super protective of the baby and then like Jacob becomes super protective because, you know, the whole imprint creep thing, that whole thing. But Twilight people know what I'm talking about. That's how I feel towards my sister. So like anyone, which you always have that, like you protect your siblings. But like right now I'm like, no, like it comes through me. I got her. It's just like, I don't know what it is. It's like bizarre. I don't like it. I want to go back to not caring.
It would be great. Kind of like going back to the time we could just live off of ramen or whatever else we had in our stupid pantry. Going back to just not caring or not understanding the gravity of life, essentially. Like the weight of all of these things. If we could go back to that time when you're just like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 12 years old and just enjoying like, oh, it's sunny. I'm going to go outside. I have no other responsibilities in the entire world.
Did you see that feather fly across the screen?
I did not. Where is it coming from?
It was an angel. I don't know. Martha said, watching my baby brother become a dad was a whole level of emotions I didn't know I had. It is absolutely insane.
And I'm sure it's very similar to like what your mom is probably going through, watching her youngest daughter have a baby. Like that
no
was
gonna care.
Your mom's baby had a baby. Like that's a crazy thing to think about.
But like either no one's gonna care by the time I have a kid because like it's old news at that point for everybody, or it's gonna be like crazy because I have fully prepared everyone for me to not have children, so it'll be like surprise.
You never know. Keep them guessing. That's the way to do it. Let's see.
But when a baby's in a NICU, the baby can only have 4 visitors other than its own parent, period. Like on the guest list, that's it. And they do that to minimize the amount of germs and everything around these babies and whatever. And I fully understand that. I'm not like trying to fight that rule or anything. However, my older sister and I, when we go there today, we're both going to wear our You Look Great shirts, hoping that someone's like, are you Carla Marie from Elvis? And I'm like, actually, yes, and I'd love to meet the baby back there. Thank you.
Listen, I think there are a handful of places. Actually, I don't even know if that's true, but there might be some places in the world where being part of the Carla Marie and Anthony show gets you some sway. I don't think the hospital is one of them.
You don't know that.
But who knows? Like maybe you could get like a free Coca-Cola at a certain restaurant here and there. But that's about the level that we're at, you know?
Well, we'll see. But
I don't think we're unfettered access to the NICU. I don't think that's what we get. I
cannot wait. Like, just to feel her. I can't wait.
I love this. Jen, you'll appreciate this, Carla Marie. Jen, of Jen and Lisa fame, said, Lisa and I did this with one of our friends' babies. We swapped in the NICU, perks of being a twin. That's actually pretty brilliant. Just dress the same.
What if? Oh, I think they have to see your ID. My mom said, because I'll just be like, I'm Anna Marie.
Yeah, but if you're a twin, that's easy.
Yeah, but I'm not.
I know.
I'm just gonna say I'm my 60-something-year-old mom.
I don't think that'll
Although
work.
my mom couldn't get her ID out of her wallet, so they just had her use a credit card. She said. So what if I just show up with my mom's credit card?
I guess it could work.
Okay.
Well, what's the latest you'll have to wait to see the baby without trying to scam the system?
Sunday.
I think you'll be all right.
Okay, here's why. But like my whole family's gonna get to meet the baby on Saturday.
Okay.
I gotta wait a day.
Yeah.
Although I keep having to remind myself that like I wasn't supposed to meet the kid for a whole week because of
Exactly.
my travel schedule. So this is still best case scenario. Like I'm gonna meet this baby at 5 days old. But there's also a chance that the baby gets released from the NICU and put in my sister's room today.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So that's why I'm glad we're going later. But so there's a video I posted on my Instagram story. It's a bunch of photos of the baby and videos. I edited this video. I will just need to add this disclaimer that I didn't take any of those photos, and I'm going to teach my sister and brother-in-law how to take photos. I'm like, you guys, please wipe your lens. What are you doing? And I decided I'm going to create one of those online courses for new parents on how to take great photos of your baby in the hospital. And I'm going to be rich off of it. But I put this video together, and I'm editing it on the plane yesterday. Just crying because it's got the song playing in the background. Anthony wakes up from a nap.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened?
I don't really remember because I was kind of groggy.
You look at me and I'm just crying. You're like,
oh, yeah. I was like, is everything okay?
What are you doing? And I was like, showing the video. He's like, I can't.
Then I went back to bed. Or back to sleep.
So yeah, that's pretty much all the baby stories that I have at this point. My parents got to meet her. My brother-in-law's parents got to meet her. She looks exactly like both of my sister and my brother-in-law. I have a collage of the three of their baby photos, and it's crazy. It's at the end of the video. It's on my Instagram story. Go watch it. And that's really the extent of it. But I keep telling Anthony he's gonna have to be Uncle Anthony now.
I don't think I've ever been Uncle Anthony. No one calls me Uncle Anthony.
They did a little bit with Michael, but not much because we were still, like when Michael was born, the world didn't know that we were together.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think anyone was publicly saying Uncle Anthony around people. But now, Uncle Anthony.
I don't know. It kind of feels weird, but also neither of my brothers have kids, so I'm not an official Uncle Anthony to anybody. Like my cousins have kids, my friends have kids, but I'm not an actual uncle, like a biological uncle to anybody. So.
Well, okay. Do you want to be Uncle Tones? That's a great question, Angela.
No, just Anthony is fine. It's worked my whole life. I'll just stick with Anthony, I think.
I've been teaching baby Michael, my 2-year-old great nephew, to call him Tones, but he just makes noises most of the time.
Yeah.
How do you say uncle in Arabic?
Ammo or khalo is another way to do that, depending on the side of your family and some other things.
What would you want the baby to call you? This one.
Which one?
The new one. Adriana Marie.
She could just call me Anthony at some point.
Oh.
Sir would be nice.
Okay, if she's referring to you as an uncle, how do you want it to be referred to?
She's white. She can call me uncle.
I don't even know how to say it in Italian. Is it Tio? No, that's Spanish.
I don't know.
I'd imagine it's similar.
I'm sure someone in the chat knows how to say it.
Zio, that's right.
Zio? Like Z?
Yeah.
I-O?
Aunt is Zia or Zazia or something like that.
Zio's kind of fun.
Yeah. Zio Tony.
Yeah, I'm not Italian though. So just, again.
Yeah, but that'd be funny.
We can just stick with Sir. Sir is fine. What else do we have in the chat? Zia and Zio, yeah, says Jen.
Yeah, because I had an aunt, but we called her Zizi. Because it was just like Aunt, basically what her name was. She lived for like 102.
Oh, wow.
Her name is, so my sister is putting Marie as her middle name on her birth certificate. because it's just going to be Adriana. But
So she's not going to officially be an Adriana Marie?
I mean, she is, but she isn't. Whatever. I don't
Well,
know.
how many? So, if people are new to the chat and new to your family, your first name, your full first name is Carla Marie. It is not your middle name. It's not your Carla Marie is your first name.
I was born Carla Marie as my first name,
Yes.
but had to get a reprint of my birth certificate at 18, and they messed it up. So technically, right now, on paperwork, Marie is my middle name, but I'm getting it fixed. I've been in talks with the Bergen County office.
So, how many of your other Maries in your like your mom is also a Marie?
Okay.
Is it her
Anna
first name
Marie?
or is it her middle name?
It's everyone's first name.
Okay.
I don't. Oh, maybe Gabrielle and Alyssa. It might have showed up on theirs. I don't know, but we were all born with it. The intent.
Okay.
Of it being our first name. So Anna Marie, Tina Marie, Carla Marie, Ashley Marie, Gabriella Marie, Alyssa Marie, Krista Marie, Adriana Marie.
What about Alexa?
No, they did Alexa Lynn.
Oh wow, she's not a Marie.
No, my brother is not a Marie.
True, but he still has. He gave birth to a daughter in the Marie family.
I think it's named after
Well, he
my
didn't give
sister-in-law's mom. I think Lynn.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. They're allowed to represent their family as well, I guess.
Yeah.
So then Adriana now, it's Adriana is her first name, but Marie is her middle name.
And as far as I saw some people saying, is there a nickname or whatever?
Yeah.
My family is anti-nicknames, and I'm okay with that. Because if anyone called us Car when we were kids, my mom was like, lost her shit.
Yeah.
It was no Car, no Ash. Gabriella wasn't Gabby or Gab until like 2 years ago. Everyone calls her Gab now. It's bizarre. And she's 26. So that just started. It's not going to be like Dree, like none of that. It's
Dree?
Adriana,
Oh,
and the
okay.
Anna part of it is after my mom. That is the idea.
Wait, what part of it?
Then that name was like the deciding factor because my sister wanted it to be named after my mom.
Oh, okay, got it.
Adriana, but I'm calling her Adriana. I don't know if is it Anna or Anna.
I don't know. It's
Hold
up
on.
to your family to figure out. Who are you asking?
Her mom.
Are you calling her?
Yeah.
You're calling her in the hospital? I guess she's not doing anything else.
You're on Twitch.
Oh,
I'm sure
How
she's
do you-
thrilled.
How do you pronounce your daughter's first name?
Adriana.
All right, good. I was making sure I was saying it right. It wasn't Adriana.
No, it's not. Two N's.
I know.
Oh, no.
2 N's. We got it. Everyone is saying congratulations.
Thank you. I'm just sleeping.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just explained why I sound like this.
Oh.
She's,
Well, let her
And,
go back to bed.
you know, I'm taking advantage.
Okay. And Fred the mailman said that to let Sal know that the stress she has caused so far is just a fraction of what she's going to cause as a daughter.
I already asked the baby if that was going to be the case, and she didn't tell me no, so I'm thinking that's true.
Well, that's pretty true. Okay, I'll see you later. Go back to sleep.
All right, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
So Adriana.
Fun fact, Adriana, when Ashley Marie was born, she came out of the vagina.
As
with-
we all do.
Nope.
Or not all, but most. Some.
So I said with her umbilical cord wrapped around her throat, and she was not breathing. So
So like mother, like daughter.
like
It'll catch up eventually.
get it?
There we go.
okay. And she also was not breathing. My dad said that was his only child that he couldn't cut the umbilical cord for because obviously it was a emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And till this day, we always say that Ashley sounds the way she sounds because at so little, her vocal cords were injured, basically. So now her daughter is in the NICU with had the oxygen tube down her throat,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that she may not like drink as much milk because her throat may be a little scratchy from the tube. And we were like, oh no, she's gonna sound just like her. So
Let's see. There is Scotty wants everyone to know, and this is actually important because I said everyone comes out of the vagina, which obviously I know is not true. He said I'm a platinum gay because I was a C-section kid, so he's never been anywhere near. Well, I guess near enough, but not Never gone through one.
So Scotty was the first person to ever explain to me what a platinum gay was. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And a platinum gay is a gay man that has never been with a woman sexually.
Mhm.
Obviously, clearly we're talking about the vagina. And also was never delivered vaginally.
Yeah. So he never crossed that threshold.
Oh, it's crazy.
This is cool. Des just said, guys, I finally registered for graduation 91 days.
Should we all go to Dez's graduation?
Let's go. It's in Arizona, right?
I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, I'll
Des,
always
send us
use
the
a
info.
reason to go to Arizona.
We could road trip with Angela from Spokane, her mom.
Yeah. She'd have to come through. I guess either way, someone would have to go out of their way because, like, coming from Spokane, you could just start driving south. You don't have to go to Seattle and then go south. That's like 5 hours out of your way.
We actually did a meetup for Dez's graduation. People would be like, so why are you going to Arizona? Well,
I'm going to a graduation for someone I've never met.
I met her.
No, we met her. I'm just saying if we did an actual meetup.
You
Didn't-
never met Dez.
Oh, no, we met Angela.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
we did meet. You did meet Dez at
At
Stagecoach.
Stagecoach, right? I thought I
Yeah.
did. Don't mess with my head. What was I going to say? Oh, speaking of graduation, do you remember the moment, Carla Marie, that you found out you were graduating college? Was it like a big deal, or did you just assume the whole time you were graduating?
Well, I knew I was going to graduate the whole time because why wouldn't I?
Well, I didn't know I was going to graduate. I knew I was going to graduate at some point. I just didn't know if I was going to graduate on time with the rest of my friends. And not because, I mean, I was dumb, but that's not why I wasn't going to graduate. I switched majors from bio to athletic training. To basically like from bio and athletic training to communications, TV and radio broadcasting. When I switched, most of my core classes for bio became some of my electives for communications, which if you look at my transcripts, makes no sense. It's like, wow, this kid took introduction to radio as a core class for his major and then took intro to cell biology as an elective. But because of that, my electives were all messed up and I didn't have the right amount of credits in the right places to graduate on time. So I didn't know I was actually going to graduate with my friends until I want to say it was less than 10 days before graduation. Like literally I found out, and I remember I had my yellow Jeep at the time and I drove around. We have like this little roundabout in the middle of campus, and I was able to drive through that, and I was blasting Graduate by Third Eye Blind and just losing my mind.
You know, I guess that's got to be almost more exciting than just assuming you're graduating the whole time.
Oh, it was great.
Like
I had such an appreciation for it. I was like, wow, I'm actually getting out of here on time.
But you never got your diploma.
I never got my diploma. Didn't really care about that. Just wanted to walk with my friends, basically. It's really about being in the moment, not having the documentation to prove that I was in the moment. I don't care if I can prove it. I just wanted to be there, you know?
So you could get married and not get a marriage license.
Yeah, who cares? Do you have to use your marriage? Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's more.
What is this?
What is she listening to? Carla Marie?
She's on the phone with
Oh.
somebody.
What you got over there?
Oh, I know what it is. I had to return some stuff at Athleta, and I had it sent here because I knew it was going to be here.
Okay. Well,
Wait, sorry, answer that. So you could get married, but you don't need the marriage license.
yeah, I mean, do I have to use that for something? Like, do I ever have to show my marriage license to anybody at any point?
For the tax breaks.
Okay. There's one.
Sandy, we got to shout out. Sandy nailed it because she from the Young Nails channel just gifted us a sub.
Oh, sweet. Thank you very much,
It said
Sandy.
It popped up.
I didn't
That's
realize
cool.
that my chat was frozen, so I didn't see any of the messages that came through.
Oh, Scotty said unboxing time. All right, maybe before we leave, I'll do an unboxing. But we have to talk about something because my sister has a baby. My best friend gets married. Like, I feel like I'm living one of those movies that's supposed to send you into a life crisis. Like, your younger sister has a baby, your best friend gets married, but really, like, I'm high on life right now.
You
Like,
should, as you should be.
I know. I'm so excited. So my best friend Alex, who was my roommate for 1 year at the University of Rhode Island, gets married on Saturday. Now, the backstory of how Alex and I met, we were 17. She lived in upstate New York and I lived here in Jersey. And my high school boyfriend had a beach house. His family had a beach house at the Jersey Shore. And Alex's family still has a beach house at the Jersey Shore. And I knew there was like this group of friends. And there was this girl. And I was like, oh, I don't know who this girl is. Like, you've known her forever. And Alex and I meet. And that was it. Like, it was instant. We became best friends. I'll never forget the day we met. She had just gotten her wisdom teeth taken out. Or it was like, right. It was just bizarre. Like how we met. We fell in love with Fall Out Boy together and have gone to a ton of shows together.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex and I have now been friends for 17 years, which is the age we were when we met, which is crazy to me. And so she's getting married on Saturday. But being that I met her in that group of friends, she is also friends with one of my other ex-boyfriends
Mm-hmm.
who will be at the wedding, who I basically haven't seen since the day I broke up with him. He's married now, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. But I'm so like, because his cousins are going to be there and I'm so close with them. So I have no idea what is going to happen. Like I'm not like mad or scared or nervous or like any of that.
I don't think anything is going to happen. I think
not happen.
He'll probably do his best to avoid you. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
He's not going to go to the bar if you're at the bar, most likely.
But I'm like, I feel like I should say hi.
Well, yeah, you could say hi. You don't have to pretend the person doesn't exist.
Right. Well, that's the thing. But also, like, I mean, there was no ill will. Like, it ended fine. But we just truly have not communicated since a few months after, when I got a call from our old apartment complex saying rent wasn't being paid, but he didn't realize it wasn't set up for automatic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to text him. That was it. Like, when I tell you, it was the most like amicable goodbye. We're done. That's it. It's been 7 years.
Yeah.
So, but now it's like, it's almost that there's so much time. Like as a friend pointed out, like you haven't bumped into each other to get that awkwardness.
Well, you pretty quickly moved 3,000 miles away.
Exactly. So it's more of like, I just don't know what to expect. It's not like I'm going into this and I'm going to be like hating. It's just, I have no idea what to expect.
Let's see. Tacoma Swifty asked the question, am I going to the wedding as well? I am going. So.
And you know him too. It's not like I have to be like, and this is Anthony.
No, I was very friendly with him for a while. I was actually probably the only person that after you guys broke up said, are you sure you want to break up with this guy? Seems like a pretty nice guy. So there's that.
But here's the thing is like, he's not really on social media at all. And I'm like, does he know we're dating?
I'm sure someone in his circle, in his sphere of influence, if you will, I'm sure someone told him.
I don't know.
There's no way that the word hasn't passed to him.
Try to be like, this is my boyfriend, Anthony. I don't know, but your brother Michael redeemed some points.
For
and
what?
They say ants lift.
Yeah, so the way that's supposed to work is those emotes that are on the screen right now. There's one of Carla Marie, under Carla Marie, one of me, under me. Let's see, it's right. Boom. There's something that I built into the show where you can redeem, I think it's like 400 or 500 channel points, and there's going to be a list of different emotes that you can find in your emote menu, and you can change what's on the screen to that for about like 2 minutes or something like that. But the
stop wasting your points.
The software that I'm using, it's not going to work right now because the software that I'm using to do that, there was an issue connecting with Twitch this morning. And because with all of my accounts, I have 2-factor authentication to make sure it's secure. And it like wasn't sending the code. And then there was too many codes that were sent. It was a mess. I tried doing that for 20 minutes this morning.
Since emote Anthony can't lift, I think real Anthony has to lift something.
There's nothing. I mean, there's a rowing machine over here, but
get on it. Let's see some rows.
It's not plugged in. So
what do you mean plugged in?
It's not plugged in. It's got a big ass screen. It's hydro.
It'll still work.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the Peloton of rowers. It's pretty sweet.
That's what they have at Orange Theory.
Hydro? No, you have the one that actually has the water in it.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
This is called. I can actually just do this. There it is. It's pretty sweet. We got it from my mom for Christmas, or my dad got it from my mom for Christmas like 2 years ago. I don't know how much use it's gotten. I don't know. I think for a while she was.
Speaking of Orange Theory, I late canceled my class this morning because it was at 7:30 and I didn't get to sleep till 2. And I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna fall on my face if I take this class.
I did the same thing. I just couldn't get adjusted.
What?
And I was still on West Coast time, and I didn't go to sleep until probably 1:30, 2 o'clock, and just decided, you know what? I've got a pretty free day tomorrow. I am getting my beard cleaned up today, which I'm very excited about. I'm liking the length of the beard. It's still going to be pretty long, but like as you grow it out, the sides start getting a little wide.
You
and
can't. Obviously, I can tell that when I see you in real life, but on Twitch, it looks great.
oh, thank you. And then the other thing I do, especially going to a wedding or going to like any sort of fancy event, like I did this before I went to Vegas. I'll have them clean up like the cheeks because I can do it at home, especially if I'm in Seattle where I have a mirror like in the shower and I can like do this thing. But I can't really do that here, and it's just way better when a barber does it and they got like the straight razor and they right on your face. It's pretty sweet.
Didn't I do something last week on your beard?
You shaved the back of my neck for the wedding that we were going to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as a
I'm
Middle
getting
Eastern
very
man,
skilled.
not only do we have Lebanon olives for breakfast, but as a Middle Eastern man, our neck hair, back of the neck, it's
Yeah, but-
intense.
Italian guys too.
True. It's like it's basically like Middle Eastern people, or Mediterranean people in general. So like Italy, Spain, Greeks. We're usually hairier people for some reason. So
Also, the baby that came out of my sister, her
Yeah.
head of hair, that explains why my sister had really bad heartburn, and that can cause heartburn when your kid has a lot of hair. And all I kept thinking about is that if we ever have a child, I'm screwed.
my kid, no matter who I have a baby with, is going to be pretty hairy. There's no way it's not.
I know.
Like you could cross my DNA with a hairless cat and it would still have it would look like a regular cat when it was born. That's just it's the way I am, you know?
And some babies are born with like full blown fur. It comes off, but it's like, I forget what it's called. Someone in here will know. But they're born
Yeah.
with like beards.
No, I don't know if this is the same thing, but I do remember one of my little cousins, I can't remember if it was Christian or Ryan, was like born with hairy legs.
Yeah, they're like little monkeys.
It was real weird.
Like the kid in Jumanji when he starts turning into a monkey. Spoiler alert.
Let's see.
That's right. Pamela's right. I have thick hair as well.
There's a question from Jill. I'll put this on the screen and see if it's a long, so I don't know how it's going to look when it pops up on the screen. But she said, I have a random My Day Friday question. I started over and I'm at the 8-year anniversary episode. This is when you first discussed the live show at Carla Marie's Brothers Restaurant. Did you know then that the live episode would be your last? We were brainstorming that, I think, by that time. I don't know if we knew for sure it would be the last episode, but it was definitely an idea that we had.
Yeah, I think we were just trying to make sure that we could definitely do that place, and if we could, we couldn't have a live episode and then do one after. Like, it didn't make sense. But I think at that point we did know, but also if that fell through, we didn't want to announce that it was going to be the last episode, then the event fell through. So we waited a bit, which, side note, we knew my sister was pregnant at that event, and she was fake drinking,
like
she had fake
mocktail.
drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny? I learned this from my first promotions director, my first real boss in radio, who's one of my favorite people. Like, definitely molded me as an employee because I was a piece of garbage before that. But I learned if you're ever at large events and the group of friends that you're with, because we went to one of like the year-end Christmas parties for iHeartRadio, and we all used to drink like crazy people. And anytime someone would go to the bar and offer a round, she'd go, no, I'll just go by myself. When you see a woman doing that and it's out of character, she's probably pregnant. Especially if she's going to...
Why would you blow the spot?
I think it's something you should know, because then you could know I'm not going to ask that person anymore. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to start rumors, but I'm just going to not ask that person if they need a drink anymore so you can make it easier on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't ask. Don't be like, are you pregnant?
No. Don't do that. I would never do that, but I would just say, you take a note and you go, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to ask them anymore. I'm not going to push the issue. Because sometimes, and I feel like I've probably been guilty of this, but there are definitely times where you're out with friends and someone's like, oh, I'm not drinking tonight. And then someone in the friends group is like, why aren't you drinking? What are you, a loser? It's like, no, just when they say I'm not drinking tonight, just say, okay, and move on with your day.
Well, and it's funny. I've seen people say stuff like that. It's like, imagine like you just decided to start snorting coke, and then you were like, "Oh, you're not going to snort coke too, you loser." It's like, we don't do that with other things. Why do we do it with alcohol?
I love this. It's Meg, not Megan, said, every family wedding I look around at who is not drinking. It's a good indicator if you want to snoop a
Maybe
little
they're
bit.
doing Whole30.
Or they're doing Whole30 or dry January, right?
I do see a lot of people in here saying that they've gone back to start listening to My Day Friday. And I do want to do a quick disclaimer that if you're listening on Spotify, there's going to be a lot of episodes missing because Spotify is now basically doing a sweep of all content, and anything that has music will get an email. It's like, do you have the rights to this Ariana Grande song?
Nope.
If yes, submit what rights you have. If no, delete the episode. So that's happening on Spotify only. It seems like it's fine everywhere else. I don't know why or how. That's because we used to play music in the older episodes. So if you go to listen on Spotify, there's a bunch missing.
Oh, let's see. Drown You Out said, yes, I am the queen of figuring out who is pregnant or who's going through a divorce. It is funny the things that we notice and the stories that we tell ourselves. And oftentimes they could be true.
Yeah.
They could be.
I think about all the time. Like, if I almost said, God forbid, if I get pregnant, but like, if we were right now, like on Twitch, we would have to have fake shots every morning.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
We'd have to lie to the people.
Yeah. Shout out to Morgan from Cedro Woolley for subscribing. Appreciate you. I think it said 27 months. So that is pretty awesome. Whoa. What is the max someone can be subscribed right now is what, 29 months? I think.
I don't remember.
Something like that. And Morgan, no, sorry. Was it Morgan? Yeah, Morgan from Cedro Woolley. 13-month streak. So for over a year, every single month, Morgan has subscribed to this channel. So thank you to everyone who has done that. We will be back Monday morning, by the way, after we go to this wedding, after Carla Marie meets the baby for the first time. I'm sure we'll have a picture of Carla Marie and the baby up here at some point.
Picture? I'm going to have that kid on the stream.
Well, do you have consent from their parents?
I asked.
Okay.
And she said, I am more than welcome to do whatever I want, and then I can wear the baby.
Oh, like the baby Bjorn?
Isn't that going to be so cool?
Sure, yeah. That'll be fun.
And then I'm going to go buy one for my cats.
I thought you have one for your cats already, no?
No, I had to return that one because they didn't fit right, but I'm going to get the...
Last thing we heard from you was that it didn't fit.
It didn't fit them right, so I'm going to get the one that's like a swaddle. Yeah, people keep sending me the one that's a sweatshirt and has like a kangaroo pouch that you can put them in.
Oh, okay. I've seen that. Yeah, yeah. Well, if they're small enough, you could probably put them in your sweater anyway. Like in a hoodie.
Like it's a pocket that goes this way.
Oh, okay. And you just
like
wear the whole shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting. So you can do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Angela in Spokane said, I can't wait to see baby Marie. Although it's not really baby Marie, though, is it?
It's baby Marie.
But it's not her first name.
Okay, well, it is. And right. I'm going to call her Adriana Marie. Also, this is great. Fred the Mailman said, if you see intense fitness from a guy, he said, if I see intense fitness from a guy on my route who I've never seen work out, 99% of a chance it's a sign of impending divorce.
That's why you'll never know with me.
I don't know. Maybe you'll just start like sitting home doing nothing, eating ice cream.
No, I can guarantee you. Like, I like to keep myself pretty fit, but I guarantee you if there was a breakup coming, I'd be even fitter. I would. Because I'm a firm believer in the revenge body. Go for it. Go for it. Go as hard as you can. Enjoy it.
Okay.
We are out of here. We will be back Monday. Hopefully we'll have some of these technical issues figured out and some more fun stuff on the stream to go along with the Hype Boss. And then every week, like I said, I'm going to have a new something on the screen, a new layout, a new screen we can go to, a new feature. So hopefully you keep coming back and keep finding new ways to enjoy the show, interact with the show, be on the show as well with guest star and our phone lines.
No, it looks really good. You did a really good job. I know it took you a long time, so
it did. Well, there's a lot, and I just wanted to get it all on there and play around with it because I knew being in different places, I wasn't going to want to switch through a bunch of different screens. So this you probably won't see again after we're back in Seattle, but
cool.
It'll be similar. Carla Marie, any last words?
Peace out, Cub Scouts. Thank you so much for all the well wishes. Go watch the video and cry.
Peace out.